Baron Edouard Desjardins thought this might prove useful.
So, you gonna let me have it, Solus? Or do I get to wait and wonder?
What do you mean?
We've got the alliance with my people. Given how much you love the Qun, I figured...
Am I to scold you? Berate you for your decisions?
Hey, the Chargers died as heroes for the good of the mission.
I never said otherwise. The truth is, Iron Bull, you are Qunari. I cannot be disappointed in your decisions. As a mindless, soulless drone, you could never make any.
Worth a look around, right?
A midwife's journal. This time-worn diary was found amongst more valuable items. It is bound in leather and has a solid silver trim, which might be why it was saved. A few entries can still be made out. 16 herring, 9/8.
This has been the coldest winter I can remember, even the river is frozen. No one should be out there. Not in this blizzard. So you can imagine my surprise, when there was a knock on my gate. A young woman. She's looking for the Fairbanks cottage. I go out. I say to her, nothing fair about this weather. But yes, you are at the right place. She throws back her cloak and I see she is heavy, less than 2 weeks away. Please help. She is almost in tears. I bring her into the house and sit her by the fire with some tea and slippers. She is young. Not more than 20. Her hands are smooth, they have not seen a day of work in her life. Her clothes are travel-stained, but fine. The cloak must be worth at least 50 royals. Beautiful blue, trimmed with fox fur. Her name is Bernice, but she won't say more. Many girls come here not wanting to say who they are. I understand.
25 herring, 9/8.
Bernice has had the baby. A boy. Healthy. Full head of hair. She named him Everest. She tried to pay me with a heavy gold locket, a falcon on its face. I asked her what it was. It looks valuable. She says it's her father's, and she doesn't care to have it anymore. I tell her she might not, but her son might one day want to know where he's from.
1 winter March, 9/9.
A new year. Bernice should be healthy enough to leave, but it is still cold, and I just cannot turn her out. I will ask her to stay and be my assistant. I have needed help for a while. My fingers are not as nimble as they used to be. Clever girl. She will make a fine apprentice.
Good to see you, Your Worship.
Our people used to be here.
Ugh, you say that everywhere.
It is more true than you want to believe.
I bet, right? Who wants to think about stepping on dead elves?
Din Elven Emahim.
Yeah, you felt that one.
The Perundale War. Not many people take the road west into Perundale for the sake of pleasure. Few living things inhabit the rocky countryside save for silver miners, wyverns, and an astoundingly pugnacious breed of mountain goat. In far-off days, the mountains around the city were full of dragons, and perhaps this was what first brought it to the attention of the Pentagust kings. Certainly, it was not the goats. Although the region has belonged to Nevarra since the late Blessed Age, travelers here will find much that reminds them of a provincial Orlesian town. A great carving depicting the lions slaying the dragon adorns Perundale's gate, and many Orlesian lions decorate the city's buildings. And there are still many citizens who cling to the hope that the Empress will restore the city to the Empire. Historians mostly agree that it was not the dragons, nor the silver, and certainly not the goats that began centuries of warfare between Orlais and Nevarra. It was Emperor Etienne Valmont and the Pentagusts. In 782 Storm, the Pentagust family, fresh on the throne again for the first time in generations and eager to build up the alliances lost by the Van Markham dynasty, approached the Emperor to solidify a peace treaty through marriage. The Emperor, who was under great pressure to produce an heir, set aside his Empress of 17 years and wed Princess Soteria Pentagust, theoretically cementing a promise of peace and cooperation between Nevarra and Orlais. Promises are hard to keep. By 797 Storm Soteria was still childless, and the Emperor sent her to a cloister so that he might marry his mistress. As anyone other than Etienne might have predicted, the Nevarrans took this poorly. Angry letters arrived in the imperial palace by the cartload. A small war party of Pentagusts rode into Orlais and reclaimed Princess Soteria. But the Nevarrans did not take military action yet. They were strategists, and knew to bide their time. In 846 Blessed, while most of the Orlesian army was committed to a war in Fielden, the Pentagusts began their war against Orlais. The Orlesians rallied a defense and drove the Nevarrans from Ghislaine and Arlesens, but at the cost of much of their northern territory. Perundale was lost and never recovered. A lingering sign that peace between the two nations was impossible. From In Pursuit of Knowledge Travels of a Chantry Scholar, by Brother Genitive E.
I hear you've been investigating my birth. You haven't found anything, have you?
I'm not looking into your birth. Why would you think that?
Clara is louder than she realizes, especially when she's excited. I thought I heard her. Honestly, Clara's intentions are good, but she is young and idealistic. Clara believes that being noble gives you power, freedom. She's wrong. It is just another cage. She told you the story of Lord Giraud Lemarque. The man turned his back on his only child and murdered her one true love for appearances. I don't want to be entangled in that. I don't want Clara in it. Do you understand?
I'm sorry. Something requires my attention over there.
The Inquisition will always be welcome here.
How did you end up in the Viridium mine?
We desperately needed supplies and tried to steal some from the freemen. The mine didn't seem well guarded, and I used to be in the militia in my home village. I don't know why we weren't killed. I do remember Sister Costeau talking about sending us to the Emprise de Lyon. Maybe I was mistaken. I can't imagine what they'd do with us there.
I hope things are going well.
It's been better since we moved to Argon's Lodge. We're making a difference, especially now that we're helping the Inquisition.
I hope things are going well.
It's been better since we moved to Argon's Lodge. We're making a difference, especially now that we're helping the Inquisition. Make her look upon you kindly.
I don't think they knew.
Oh my.
Good day to you, Inquisitor.
We're right. Fairbanks is noble by birth. Fairbanks is not even his real name.
Let me see. Évariste Remarque. I knew it from the start. I know just who to give this to. This will be enough to make the council sit up and take notes. I'll send this on as soon as possible. Thank you, Inquisitor. Good day to you, Inquisitor.
Goodbye.
The Inquisition will always be welcome here.
I wonder if there is a single place in the Dales that does not know a human footstep.